They love their football in the East Bay, and the NFL has once again returned to Oakland, California. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Pioneers of Memphis taking on the Steelers of Oakland.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visiting Memphis ball club, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And that one going to come up short, low throw.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
From the gun on third down, Darby. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
The first carry now. This is Johnson.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
First down, Memphis.
He finds Reddick complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
2nd and 2. First down marker at the 8.
Here we go.
Off play action. Darby. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Here we go.
Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
Hunter is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Pioneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead.
The score, Pioneers 7.
That time a 6-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 56 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Hobbs over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Pioneers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
They go play action here on first down. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Operating from the gun. Hobbs. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't.
And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on a free kick. And that's a big mistake. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here we go. Here we go.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Hobbs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bryce Baringer on now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the win.
The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble, they get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
But you look at this defense.
This unit, third best in the NFL in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun on third down,
Darby. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Hobbs.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. The completion to Riddle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Let's go now. Back to 60. Back.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Cougar 19.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Wisconsin.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Here we go. Here we go. 19.
Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27th. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
76.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Ready? Come on. Set. Bronco 80.
Back to throw. Hobbs. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes this a 9-point game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Now 2nd and 5.
Ready?
Over the middle, it's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Darby. That is caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake, Darby.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
They start the drive with Vaughn.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Tyreek Stevenson in on the stop.
No gain on the play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 15-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Looking to throw. Hobbs. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Here we go. 60 bites.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
That's good.
Calling a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
First down.
On the jump.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Go.
Off-play action. Hobbs.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Under pressure, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
So they bring out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Off the bootleg, Darby. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
The offense on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Darby.
He'll try and do this himself.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Let's go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready.
Hunter. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Go.
Operating from the gun. Darby. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Cooking my team.
Operating from the gun. Darby. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And an Oakland first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hobbs.
That's complete to DK. Second down and 6 now. Now they'll change things up.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 6. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Past the 50.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 6-yard.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
60 Eagles. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackle play fake. Hobbs. And that would get to be off target and incomplete. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steamers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got room past the 30 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 18 on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Darby. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Darby. Now he's going to step up and run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Darby. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Go!
And here's a handoff out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Cougar 19.
A run with Vaughn out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
from the gun on third down. Hobbs. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Vaughn. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Vaughn, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
At the 35-yard line.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Operating from the gun, Darby. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Johnson.
Holding offense.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
First down, Memphis.
Here's Hunter. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That's another.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Come on.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down, Pioneers.
Off play action. Darby. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Off the bootleg. Darby. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's go now. 6.
Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll run it with Hunter. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Pioneers get a bit closer. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
But he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hobbs. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Darby. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 12. And the Memphis first down.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
This is Hunter. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Darby. That's complete. Larvidan. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
It's 4th down.
Tap the 60, tap the 60.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
McKinnon here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Cougar 19. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hobbs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake. Darby. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Darby. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Darby. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Off play action. Darby.
Now he's going to step up and run. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw. Darby. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now they'll audible to something else.
16 yards. First down, Memphis.
Off the play fake. Darby. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Here comes second down. Off-play action. Darby. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the field goal got him back within one score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Go!
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there, and the